Hey, good evening, folks. I'm here watching American Assassin, but I figured let me do the video translation of my Spanish video I just posted before I get too lazy and not do it, or just do it too quickly. Blah blah blah. So my video was basically about how much you can change a dog's personality through how you raise it. Okay, so this is a dog's personality. Now we're talking about just genetic character traits, how they are, how people. I'm not on the side of saying it's how you raise them. A lot of it is how it's genetically predisposed to be. Um, in in um, if you think of a litter of dogs, puppies, you're going to have different personalities, even though they're being raised, well up in the same place, being taken care of by the same mom, being fed everything. Everything is the same, but these dogs will have different personalities. Some of them will be more outgoing. Will be the dogs that are when you come in, they'll be always in the front. They'll be wagging. They're trying to get close to you. They'll try to be as near to you as possible. Those are the dogs that are in the front, and we're going to talk about, because I have more than three numbers, but we're going to be using three numbers to identify these the basic personality traits, personality types. Okay, we're going to be personality types in a litter of dogs, and I'll explain to you why I'm using it and throughout. So, in a litter of dogs, you're going to have those dogs that are in the front, and I consider that those dogs to be in the front to be in number three in terms of personality. Again, I have more than numbers, but for these purposes, we're just going to have three. Now, there's other dogs that are the back or the back of the pack, the dogs that are always in the back, not coming to you close, just watching you from far. I actually even had a video of one female that was 3 months or so, and I was pointing out that the dog was a little on the skittish, on the wary, on the type of personality. That is a personality that I would consider a one, because it stays in the back. So three is good for me. It's three is for my personality. For my personality, threes are good. I'm not saying one is bad or two is bad and just three. It's depending on what you're looking for in a dog. Okay. So for example, I know people that would prefer that three instead of that. Excuse me. Prefer that one, the skittish dog, the wary dog, over that dog that it's always coming up to the person, because for example that person doesn't want their dog to go with anyone. They prefer a dog to be a little more wary, not easily persuaded to come to a stranger, not easily persuaded to go with a stranger and be stolen. Okay, so one over the personalities, these are not, again, it's all about what you're looking for in your dog. And now, if you have a type one personality, the dog that goes into the back, it's always fearful. Well, that dog will always be that type of dog. Okay, I've had those type of dogs in my life, and what I can do is, because again, the people say, "Oh, but what are your merits?" You can see my merits right in front of you. These are game bred dogs that have been raised. And I have done this for many years, raised game bred dogs together, males, females, females. I'm not saying I never have accidents. Have had accidents in the past. I just haven't had accidents in the recent past. But I've had, and that is part of the learning. It always has been my fault of not reading the environment, not reading the surrounding when it happened or right before. But I've learned to learn to read the dogs and see how things are escalating. And again, I always say these dogs are my teachers, and that's why I'm always with these dogs, because they're always teaching me things. That dog is having a dream. by the way. Here's another one. Like I said, this is my other one, chilling. But as I was saying, a dog's personality is a dog's personality. You can just help it somewhat. For example, a skittish dog, you can raise it indoors, teach, allow it to see as much as possible, as young as possible, because the younger the dog is, the more they are able to accept and new things, because that's their mentality at that moment. They're very open to everything new, and if you're doing it right, those dogs are going to be are going to have the experience or enough experience with new things to be able to control themselves or their urges to flee in times of something that's being something new, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a dog that's that way, to calm down, to not jump, and you can push it that way, but you cannot make it that particular dog into all of a sudden brave dog or the total opposite. And if you have for example, a dog that is animal aggressive, truly animal aggressive, not one of those dogs that are just barking at each other at the end of the chains. Because a lot of times those videos that I see of dogs barking at each other at the end of a chain, they're not being aggressive. They're just barking. Again, this is because I'm being around these dogs so much. I'm reading their body language, and not just the barking and jumping in the air at the end of the chain and making my determination that way. I'm reading their body language as they're doing things. So I see, and like, oh, this dog is not about it, or this dog is just more interested in getting close to the dog to more as in sniff around, see what you're about. Doesn't mean that the dog, once they know, that's a male, I'm a male, let's go. It's not going to change their tune, but a lot of time people are confused and think that what they're seeing is animal aggressive. But when there is true animal aggressiveness, and I've had those dogs that are true animal aggressive, and to the point that to the point that I have had to rotate, and that's happened. And that I have to rotate that particular dog with, because it's just intolerant of, but I think that dog, I'm thinking one particular dog that was really, is because that dog was not raised by me since puppy in the same program as the others. So it was tolerance that I taught the dog, but after a certain time, it would attack the young dogs once they hit a certain age. I guess the hormones change. So that was my learning curve for that particular dog. But yeah, you can't really change it. You can help or trigger natural instincts of a dog, which is what I do here. Before they're American Pit Terrier, they are dogs, and they have hundreds of thousands of years, over 100,000 years of being a pack animal. Obviously, there are things that you have to move around. For example, in this pack, they see me as a dog. They see me as the pack leader. So, and I do have to act as such. There's a lot of times that I have to intervene as if I was a dog. People would say, "Man, you kind of aggressive there," but no, it was a necessary evil for the balance to continue, and that's happened to me many times. And people were like, "What the hell happened here?" And like they might be around me, and they're like, "Oh, I had to take care. I had to do something. I had to assert myself. I had to react to something that I saw, so that it didn't escalate to a fight, or at least point to that direction." Their mentality. I'm making sure that there is no triggers going on, and this might not work for forever, and that's okay. But as long as I can do it, I will do it. But anyway, so yeah, personalities. There's so much you can do with personalities but what's natural, what a fearful dog is going to be always fearful, if that's the type of personality it has. Anyway, this is Tony Montana signing off.